Good morning. Today I want to share some truths with you about mental strength, not as a concept or an abstract idea, but as a power that each one of us can build, hold, and use to transform our lives. Because here's what I know for sure: mental strength isn't something only a few are born with. It's something we all have the potential to develop. It's not about what you're given, it's about what you choose to grow within yourself. So let's talk about the secrets to building that kind of strength. The first secret: know your strength within. I believe with all my heart that there's a well of strength inside each of us waiting to be tapped. Life will throw challenges at you, doubts will creep in, and sometimes you might even feel like giving up. But right in those moments, take a breath and remember the strength you need has been with you all along. It's in the way you've risen up before, in the way you've weathered storms that you once thought would break you. Recognize that inner strength and never let yourself forget it. Second, choose beliefs that empower you. You see, mental strength is deeply connected to what we believe about ourselves. Our beliefs shape our reality, so ask yourself, are your beliefs lifting you up or holding you down? Are you feeding your mind with thoughts of doubt or thoughts of possibility? If there's one thing I've learned, it's that your mind believes what you tell it. If you tell it, I am capable, I am strong, I am worthy, it will respond with strength, confidence, and resilience. Let go of any beliefs that no longer serve you and watch how much lighter and stronger you become. The third secret is to embrace life's challenges. Many people think mental strength is about avoiding hardships. But no, true strength is about leaning into those challenges. It's knowing that the hard times aren't there to break us, they're there to make us. So when life gets tough, see it as an opportunity to rise. Every challenge, every setback, every obstacle is a stepping stone to the person you're meant to become. Fourth, practice emotional discipline. This is a big one, my friends, because mental strength isn't just about what's in your mind, it's also about understanding your emotions. Our emotions can either be powerful allies or chaotic forces. The secret here is to learn to pause. Don't let your emotions control you. Instead, take a moment, reflect, and respond with intention. When you master your emotions, you're no longer at the mercy of any storm that comes your way. You're able to steer your own ship. And finally, stay committed to your growth. Growth doesn't happen overnight, it's a lifelong journey. Mental strength isn't built in a day, but rather one choice at a time. Choose every day to grow a little more, to learn from your experiences, to expand your mind and your heart. Commit to becoming the best version of yourself. And remember, every day is a new chance to make choices that bring you closer to that version. Now, I know some days are harder than others. There are days when even finding an ounce of strength feels impossible. And on those days, I want you to remind yourself that every small step you take matters. Mental strength isn't about being unbreakable, it's about knowing that even when you bend, you don't give up. You bounce back, you rise again, and you keep moving forward. So let's take these secrets to heart. Let's commit to nurturing our mental strength, to honoring our resilience, and to believing in ourselves every single day. Because when we become mentally strong, there is nothing we cannot overcome, nothing we cannot achieve, and no dream we cannot bring to life. Knowing your strength within means realizing that the power you need to face life's challenges isn't found in other people, possessions, or even ideal circumstances. It's already inside you, waiting for you to tap into it. This strength is the kind that doesn't depend on external validation or approval. It is rooted in an unshakable belief in yourself. At times, life has a way of shaking our confidence. Maybe it's a relationship that doesn't work out, a career setback, or a time when everything seems uncertain. In those moments, it can feel like our strength is nowhere to be found, like we're stumbling in the dark, disconnected from that steady core. But the truth is, that strength never left. Sometimes it just takes a little reminder, a little bit of looking inward to connect with it again. Think about the struggles you've already overcome, the ones you thought you wouldn't get through at the time. Maybe it was a painful loss, a disappointment, or a moment when you had to completely reinvent yourself. You're still standing here today because in those times you found something within yourself that allowed you to keep going. That inner strength carried you through even if you didn't realize it. Every hardship you faced has added another layer to this strength, shaping it, expanding it, and proving that it is as deep as it is real. This kind of strength doesn't mean you're immune to hurt or fear. It doesn't mean you don't feel the weight of setbacks, but what it does mean is that when those feelings come, there's a part of you that knows you have the ability to withstand them. You know that every challenge is something you can rise above, not something that will diminish who you are. This is the strength that allows you to stand back up after a fall, to believe in new possibilities, even when the past has let you down, and to face uncertainty with courage. But here's the key: this strength only grows when you nurture it. It's not about burying your pain or ignoring your struggles. It's about allowing yourself to feel and then choosing to rise. It's reminding yourself that you have what it takes, not because you have all the answers, but because you're willing to take one step at a time, no matter how difficult. This isn't something someone else can give you or something that life hands out. It's something that you discover within yourself and then build bit by bit as you journey forward. So when life challenges you, take it as a chance to go deeper, to dig into that well of strength and trust that you'll find exactly what you need there. Because at the end of the day, this inner strength is what will carry you through life's storms. It's what gives you the resilience to grow, the courage to keep going, and the wisdom to know that you are capable of more than you've ever imagined. Choosing empowering beliefs is about consciously selecting thoughts that build you up rather than tear you down. Our beliefs shape how we see ourselves, how we interpret the world around us, and how we react to the situations we face. The beliefs you hold influence every decision you make, every goal you pursue, and every challenge you confront. When you choose beliefs that empower you, you're creating a foundation of confidence and resilience that guides you forward. Think about the beliefs you hold today about who you are, what you're capable of, and what life has in store for you. Some of those beliefs may have been formed years ago, shaped by experiences or words from others. Perhaps someone once told you that you couldn't do something, and that belief stuck even if it wasn't true. Or maybe a failure or setback in the past made you question your abilities, and over time you unconsciously started to believe that you weren't good enough or strong enough. These kinds of beliefs can quietly shape your life, limiting your potential and keeping you from taking risks or trying new things. But choosing empowering beliefs means actively rewriting these stories. It's recognizing that your beliefs aren't fixed, they're flexible, adaptable, and within your control. An empowering belief doesn't have to be grandiose or unrealistic. It just has to be true enough to shift your perspective in a positive direction. For instance, instead of believing, "I'll never be good at this," you might choose, "I'm capable of learning and growing." Instead of "things never work out for me," you might shift to, "I have the resilience to overcome challenges and make things work." Empowering beliefs are rooted in possibility. They focus not on limitations, but on potential. When you choose beliefs that empower you, you start to see obstacles as opportunities for growth rather than barriers. Rather than being held back by fear, you're propelled by a sense of curiosity and confidence in your ability to adapt. This doesn't mean you ignore the reality of challenges or that everything suddenly becomes easy. But it does mean that with empowering beliefs, you're equipped to face those challenges with a mindset that's rooted in strength and optimism. This choice also requires patience and persistence. Beliefs that limit you may feel deeply ingrained, and shifting them won't happen overnight. It's a practice, something you have to reaffirm again and again. Some days you'll find yourself slipping back into old beliefs or doubting the ones you're trying to adopt. That's okay. The process of choosing empowering beliefs is like building mental muscles. With each repetition, each choice to believe in yourself a little more, you're strengthening that muscle. And over time, it becomes your default way of thinking. As you choose beliefs that empower you, you'll notice subtle but profound changes. You may begin to take on challenges that once intimidated you, to step out of your comfort zone in ways you previously avoided, or to see yourself in a new, more positive light. You'll start to approach life with a sense of hope, even in difficult times, because your beliefs are working for you, not against you. You'll find that you have more courage to pursue your dreams, more resilience in the face of setbacks, and more compassion toward yourself on the journey. Choosing empowering beliefs isn't about being overly positive or ignoring reality. It's about choosing to see yourself as capable, worthy, and resilient no matter what. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your life through your thoughts. And the more you make these choices, the more you realize just how transformative a simple shift in belief can be. By choosing beliefs that empower you, you're not only changing the way you think, you're changing the way you live. Embracing life's challenges means shifting our perspective from seeing obstacles as threats to viewing them as opportunities for growth and transformation. Life's challenges are unavoidable. They come in many forms, from personal struggles and setbacks to uncertainties and changes beyond our control. Embracing these challenges doesn't mean pretending they're easy or diminishing their impact. It means choosing to face them head-on with an open heart and a resilient spirit. Every challenge we face has something to teach us, even if it's hard to see in the moment. Difficulties often reveal strengths and abilities we didn't realize we had. In the heat of a challenging experience, we may discover patience, courage, and resilience within ourselves. These qualities often remain hidden until a challenge forces us to dig deep and bring them to the surface. When we embrace challenges, we allow ourselves to be shaped and strengthened by them, rather than resisting or shrinking away in fear. Each challenge becomes a stepping stone toward a wiser, more capable version of ourselves. Embracing challenges also requires letting go of the need for constant comfort or predictability. Life isn't always smooth or easy, and if we cling to comfort, we might avoid situations that feel uncertain or uncomfortable, even when they could help us grow. When we accept that challenges are part of the journey, we become less afraid of discomfort. We understand that growth often lies just beyond our comfort zone, and that facing difficulties can bring out our most remarkable qualities. Challenges invite us to step outside what we know, to expand our horizons, and to cultivate a deeper sense of self-trust. Another aspect of embracing life's challenges is learning to see setbacks as temporary and not as reflections of our worth or ability. Too often, we equate challenges with failure or weakness. But challenges don't define us, how we respond to them does. When we choose to approach difficulties with resilience and adaptability, we separate who we are from the challenges we face. This allows us to respond to setbacks with more clarity and patience, understanding that they're not permanent or personal. By doing this, we develop a mindset that isn't easily thrown off course, even when life feels overwhelming. Embracing challenges also opens the door to empathy and connection. When we go through difficult times, we're better able to understand and support others who are facing their own challenges. Hardship deepens our compassion, reminding us that we're all human, all navigating our own unique struggles. By embracing our own challenges, we can extend a hand to others, becoming a source of comfort, wisdom, and encouragement. Our challenges become a source of strength, not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. To fully embrace life's challenges, we need to let go of the idea of perfection or control. Life doesn't always follow the path we plan, and challenges often arrive uninvited, disrupting our sense of security and certainty. Yet, in releasing the need for control, we find freedom. We become more adaptable, more willing to go with the flow, and more open to unexpected possibilities. When we stop fighting the fact that challenges exist, we find a sense of inner peace that carries us through even the most turbulent times. Instead of being defined by our circumstances, we learn to adapt to them, to rise to the occasion, and to make the most of every situation. Ultimately, embracing life's challenges is about transforming our relationship with difficulty. Rather than seeing challenges as obstacles to our happiness, we see them as integral parts of our journey, moments that can refine us and make us stronger. With each challenge we face, we're adding layers to our strength, depth to our character, and wisdom to our understanding. Embracing challenges allows us to live life with a sense of courage and purpose, knowing that no matter what comes our way, we have what it takes to overcome, learn, and grow. Practicing emotional discipline means learning to understand, manage, and respond to your emotions rather than being controlled by them. Emotions are powerful. They can inspire us to take action, build deep connections, and fuel our creativity. But when they're unchecked, emotions can also lead us down paths that don't serve us, clouding our judgment or pushing us to act impulsively. Practicing emotional discipline doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring emotions. Instead, it's about becoming the observer of your emotions, cultivating the self-awareness and self-control that allow you to make intentional choices in response to how you feel. The first step in practicing emotional discipline is awareness. Emotions are often automatic. They arise in response to events, thoughts, or experiences, sometimes without us even realizing it. By cultivating self-awareness, we can start to recognize these emotional reactions as they happen. We begin to notice the subtle ways emotions manifest in our bodies: a racing heart when we're anxious, tension when we're angry, or warmth when we're happy. This awareness gives us a moment to pause, creating a gap between the emotion itself and our reaction to it. In that pause lies the power to choose a response that aligns with our values, goals, and true intentions rather than reacting impulsively. Emotional discipline also requires learning to question the thoughts that fuel our emotions. Often our emotions are shaped by the stories we tell ourselves. For example, if we interpret a friend's delayed response as a sign that they're upset with us, we might feel anxious or hurt, even if this interpretation isn't accurate. Practicing emotional discipline means developing the skill to challenge these automatic thoughts, asking ourselves, is this interpretation true? Is there another perspective I might be missing? By questioning the stories we attach to our feelings, we can diffuse the intensity of our emotional reactions, seeing the situation with greater clarity and objectivity. Emotional discipline is not about becoming detached or indifferent. It's about responding intentionally rather than reacting automatically. This process requires patience as we work to understand what's underneath our emotional triggers. For example, when someone's words or actions spark anger, taking a step back to reflect on the underlying cause of that anger, perhaps unmet needs or a past hurt, allows us to respond in a way that addresses the root of the issue rather than escalating the conflict. We might still choose to express our feelings, but we do so with an intention that brings about resolution rather than reaction. Over time, this approach can transform our relationships, helping us to communicate more openly and honestly with a calm strength that builds trust and understanding. Practicing emotional discipline also means learning to tolerate discomfort. Emotions like sadness, frustration, and disappointment are natural parts of life, and in our eagerness to avoid discomfort, we may react in ways that don't serve us, lashing out, withdrawing, or numbing ourselves. Emotional discipline invites us to sit with discomfort, to understand that these feelings, while uncomfortable, are temporary and manageable. By allowing ourselves to feel, without immediately reacting or trying to escape, we build resilience and confidence in our ability to handle whatever comes our way. This tolerance for discomfort gives us the freedom to move through our emotions without being driven by them, allowing us to stay centered and grounded. Another aspect of emotional discipline is learning to let go of the need for immediate gratification. Sometimes our emotions push us to seek quick fixes to feel better right away, even if those fixes aren't in our best interest. For instance, when feeling stressed, we might be tempted to procrastinate, overeat, or distract ourselves. Practicing emotional discipline means recognizing when we're seeking a temporary escape and choosing to sit with our emotions instead, making choices that align with our long-term well-being. This might mean taking a walk to clear our head, talking to someone we trust, or simply breathing through the emotion until it passes. By delaying the need for instant relief, we strengthen our ability to manage emotions in a way that honors our deeper goals and values. Emotional discipline also involves a level of self-compassion. In moments when our emotions feel overwhelming, it's easy to judge ourselves or feel guilty for our reactions. Practicing emotional discipline means approaching ourselves with kindness, accepting that emotions are a natural part of the human experience, and that learning to manage them takes time and practice. Self-compassion allows us to learn from our emotional experiences rather than feeling defined by them. When we treat ourselves with understanding, we can approach each emotional challenge as an opportunity for growth, becoming more patient and forgiving in the process. In the end, emotional discipline is a skill of practice that deepens with time and effort. It's about developing a balanced relationship with our emotions, one that honors their role in our lives but doesn't let them dictate our actions. When we practice emotional discipline, we become more resilient, more mindful, and more in control of our lives. We can respond to life's challenges with greater strength and clarity, building relationships and making decisions that reflect our true selves. With emotional discipline, we empower ourselves to live intentionally, navigating the ups and downs of life with a steady, grounded presence that allows us to face each moment with grace, courage, and wisdom. Staying committed to your growth means dedicating yourself to a journey of continuous self-improvement and learning. It's the understanding that personal growth is not a destination but a lifelong path, where each experience, each challenge, and each triumph adds layers to who you are. Committing to growth requires resilience, humility, and a willingness to confront both your strengths and limitations. It's about setting an intention to become better every day, not out of dissatisfaction with who you are now, but out of a desire to reach your fullest potential. Growth often begins with self-awareness. To grow, we must first understand where we are and where we want to go. This means reflecting on our habits, beliefs, and actions, and being honest about the areas where we have room to improve. Self-awareness helps us see the patterns that may hold us back, whether it's a tendency to procrastinate, a habit of self-doubt, or a fear of stepping outside our comfort zone. This kind of reflection takes courage, but it's essential. When we face ourselves openly, we gain clarity about the person we want to become and the areas of our life that need our attention. Committing to growth also means setting goals that inspire and challenge us. These goals don't have to be monumental sometimes. The most meaningful growth comes from some small, steady steps. Maybe it's developing a new skill, building healthier habits, or becoming more mindful in your daily interactions. Whatever your goals may be, staying committed to them requires dedication and persistence. Growth isn't always comfortable. There will be times when progress feels slow, or when you encounter setbacks that make you question your path. But staying committed means showing up for yourself, even on the difficult days, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to who you want to become. Another aspect of growth is embracing the idea of learning as a lifelong pursuit. Committing to growth means opening yourself up to new knowledge, perspectives, and experiences, whether through formal education, reading, self-reflection, or interactions with others. Learning keeps our minds flexible, our perspectives broad, and our spirits curious. It helps us adapt to an ever-changing world and stay open to opportunities that we may not have considered before. When we approach life with a mindset of continuous learning, every situation becomes an opportunity for growth, and every person we meet becomes a teacher of sorts. Staying committed to growth also requires resilience in the face of setbacks. Growth is rarely a straight line. It's a winding road with unexpected twists and turns. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, we encounter obstacles that set us back or situations that test our patience. But resilience allows us to see these setbacks as part of the journey, rather than the end of it. When we're committed to growth, we understand that setbacks are temporary, and we use them as learning experiences. Rather than feeling discouraged, we ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? This mindset transforms challenges into stepping stones, helping us move forward with even greater determination. Growth also requires us to be patient with ourselves. The journey of self-improvement is not always quick, and sometimes it's easy to feel frustrated when progress doesn't happen as fast as we'd like. But staying committed to growth means understanding that real, lasting change takes time. Just as a tree doesn't grow overnight, neither do we. Each small step, each effort to improve, and each day of dedication builds upon the last. Patience allows us to celebrate our progress, however gradual, and to trust that with consistent effort, we are moving closer to our goals. Being committed to growth means surrounding yourself with people who support and inspire your journey. Growth can sometimes feel like a solitary path, but having a community of supportive friends, mentors, or family members can make a powerful difference. These are the people who encourage you, who believe in your potential, and who hold you accountable to your goals. They remind you of your strengths when you feel discouraged and celebrate your progress along the way. Having a network of positive influences helps keep you motivated and grounded, reminding you that you're not alone in your journey. An important part of commitment to growth is developing self-compassion. Growth inevitably involves making mistakes and encountering moments when we don't meet our own expectations. In these times, it's easy to fall into self-criticism. But self-compassion allows us to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, recognizing that mistakes are simply part of learning. When we can forgive ourselves for our missteps, we create a safe space to keep trying, to keep learning, and to keep pushing forward without the fear of failure. Staying committed to growth also means celebrating your achievements along the way, no matter how small they may seem. Every accomplishment, every moment of growth is a testament to your hard work and dedication. By acknowledging these successes, you reinforce your commitment to your journey and build confidence in your ability to continue moving forward. Celebrating your achievements helps you stay motivated and reminds you of the progress you've made, even if there's still a long way to go. Ultimately, staying committed to your growth is about honoring yourself and believing in your potential to evolve. It's about waking up each day with the intention to learn, to grow, and to be a little better than you were yesterday. This commitment isn't about achieving perfection, it's about the courage to keep showing up, to keep trying, and to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you stumble. When you stay committed to growth, you're embracing a life of purpose, resilience, and endless possibility, knowing that each step on your journey brings you closer to the best version of yourself.